So there has been a question on my list of questions, which, by the way, is getting small. So if you got more questions you would like to see videos on, make sure I get your questions either in comments or on videos or on my comments board on my website. But here's a question that has been sitting on this list for a long time because it's a big question. What exactly is consciousness? It's a very big question. What exactly is consciousness? Consciousness. Well, to me, if we look at it from scientific means, consciousness really comes down to ego or self-awareness. Self-awareness. We're aware, right? Now, subconscious is the underlying awareness and memories of present moments. So our subconscious is this underlying belief because of present moment conscious experience. Our future is just a place where we set goals for the next present moment experience. But our consciousness is our awareness of self and our awareness of our present moment. Now, in spirituality, you've got the conscious, the subconscious, the superconscious, the higher self-consciousness. And there are levels of consciousness in a lot of the ancient texts that they talk about. It depends on what you yourself believe. Here's my view on consciousness in general. I believe that there is one God consciousness, a yada yada, whatever you want to call it, God. I call it God. There's one God consciousness that knows all, that is all, that everything we experience is all, and that there is one consciousness, the overall awareness. And that consciousness itself is comprised of all of us. It knows everything because we are the sensors for that consciousness. Then, I believe there is the individual consciousness of each one of us. And I call that the Holy Spirit. The place where we live our individual self, our individual self-awareness within God, without our fears or anxieties or limitations. We are just aware that we are individual, but still part of God. As Yeshua would say, the Father and I are one. He was very much living in his Holy Spirit consciousness. Then there is the unconscious, the subconscious, and all those other. Now, when we come into the physical plane, I don't think we're fully conscious. I think we are immersed in our fears, and we are experiencing our source, God, the highest consciousness. We are experiencing it by being as far away from it as we can be, from being down into our fears and our anxieties. And it's a gift because we're here to experience that separation so that we can truly and fully know what God is. And God is love, right? So the only way you can experience that is by being down here in fear. So our consciousness as an individual entity and self-awareness is our Holy Spirit. But our Holy Spirit is part of a larger oneness with each other. You know, my sister and I have a very interesting thing is I'll forget a word, or I'll be in the middle of a video and I'll come up with a word that she never uses, but in the video I'll go, what's that word? And she'll say the word when she watches the video, because she's pulling from the consciousness of all of us. She's pulling from my consciousness to come up with the word before I say it. And that a lot of us do that all the time. We are connecting each other all the time. I often use the situation where you walk into a room and you can feel that something's not right in the room, or there's been an argument or something. That's tapping into the consciousness of all, and then through your intuition interpreting. But as far as what is consciousness, consciousness is awareness. Awareness. We are aware of of our existence. We are aware of our individuality. We are aware of everything. Now, we have those moments where we're less conscious because we're not fully aware of God and our connection to God. So that would be a less conscious state in my mind. Whereas being fully with God and losing our individuality would be a completely conscious experience on the God level, but not a conscious experience on the Holy Spirit level. So it depends on where you are on the scale of consciousness. What is conscious? Now, when I'm here in the present world, and I'm in the physical reality of all this area where our fears exist, I'm very conscious that I'm here. But when I went out of body and I went to that other side, and I had that person tell me, "You're not supposed to be here yet," when I was there, I had much more awareness of being there than here, and realizing that there was reality. Because that is the idea. My awareness was aware there, and it was aware here. And so my consciousness goes from the various states. I'm there in all of it, but I lose parts of self as I get more into my fears and anxieties, and I drop into this physical plane. So my consciousness is my awareness. My divine consciousness, or my Holy Spirit consciousness, is my awareness of self without fear. And the super consciousness, or God consciousness, is all of us combined. So that is what my answer to consciousness would be. It's a broad question, and there's a lot of different interpretations of what that word means. For me, it's our awareness of one with Source, it's our awareness of one with each other, and it's our awareness of one with self. So there you go. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.